Welcome to our lesson on the classroom library and on independent reading in Unit 0. Today we're going to be talking about selecting a book you will love and using the class library. So first things first, as always, you should have a sheet of guided notes to fill out as you watch this video. Anything that is in red is what gets filled into the blanks. At the top of your notes, be sure to fill in that this is Unit 0 and then whatever lesson this is numbered as in Google Classroom. And remember that you can always pause or rewind the video whenever you need to as you take these notes. Our learning intention for today is we are learning how to self-select books that are going to interest you to read independently for a sustained period of time. You'll also show listening comprehension by filling in your guided notes. That is how you'll be using language in this lesson. And you'll know that you've been successful when you can select a book that's interesting to you. All right, so why read? Well, I'm an English teacher, so of course I'm always going to say that reading is important just because, but it really is. Reading is important. Study after study shows the many benefits of reading. For example, it builds self-esteem. When you pick up a book and it's 300 pages long and you think you're never going to get through it, and then you do, and it was actually kind of easy and you enjoyed it, that's a huge self-esteem booster and a huge confidence booster. It also develops focus and concentration. We live, of course, in a world of instant gratification, TikTok, and Prime delivery on Amazon. We're used to having things fast. Reading helps us slow down and get a slower, more natural pace. And it helps us develop focus and concentration that we may be losing because of things like our smartphones. So that in turn makes you more likely to do better on tests that require critical thinking and analysis. So it improves critical thinking and analytical skills. And all of these things in turn also build your self-esteem, because when you take high stakes tests like the SAT or the TSI or the STAR test even, you need that focus and that concentration. Those are long tests. And if you're used to it through reading, you're much more likely to do better. Of course, it also increases your likelihood of success in college and beyond. And as you age, it strengthens your memory and it slows cognitive decline, and it helps protect your brain against some of those things that happen to us when we're older, for example, Alzheimer's and dementia. So interactive reading is something that we're going to be doing in our class. It's going to be a weekly must-do grade, weekly. And you'll earn points in two ways. One is for reading in class during independent reading time. And also you'll earn points for weekly completion of at least 3 thorough entries in your dialectical journal. And that's coming up in another lesson. You'll learn exactly what I mean by dialectical journal. But thorough means that those entries will be detailed and they'll include all the necessary parts. During this time, I'm also going to conference with you about the books that you're reading. I'll ask you some questions about it. I may not have read the book, but I'll still try to assist with any confusion if it comes up, and I'll help you prepare for book talks with classmates or other projects and assignments that are related to the books that you're reading. So I hope that you've noticed that I have a classroom library, and you're welcome to read books that you already have or purchase your own copies of something that sounds interesting to you. But I also have over 100 books in class that you can borrow by checking them out through classroom.booksource.com. So you will be checking books out if you choose to use something from my classroom library by visiting this website, classroom.booksource.com. When you get there, you're going to click the login button at the top, and then you will see this. You'll sign in with your classroom ID, which for our class is Miss Bishop ELA, all lowercase, no spaces, And our classroom password is read to explore, because that's why we read, so that we can explore and so that we can see new places that we might not have the money to travel to yet. Once again, the classroom ID is Miss Bishop ELA, all lowercase, no periods, no spaces. And the classroom password is read to explore. You'll see this pop up. Of course, you'll click on students, and then you'll choose your group. This is a little bit confusing. They don't let me rename the groups. So periods 1 through 3, you guys have it easy. The group number is the same as your period number. But my 4th, 5th, or my 5th, 6th, and 8th periods, you guys are going to have wonky groups. So period 5, you guys are actually group 4. Period 6 is group 5, and period 8 is group 6. Make sure that you write this down in your guided notes so that you know which group belongs to your class period. Then once you're in there, you'll see your name, hopefully, and you'll select it. And then you'll be able to see all of the different books that are available once you select check out and read. So I have over 100 books in there that you can browse at, and you can look at the covers for most of the books there. I will work on adding summaries, but for now, if you want to know more about a book, what I recommend doing is going to Amazon.com and searching for the title of the book. So let's say that I wanted to read the book, or I was interested in the book called The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I put it into the search bar, and then once it pops up here, I'd select it. And then once you're on that items page, you can click on the link, and then on the image of the book's cover that comes up, in many cases, you'll be able to read the first few pages of the book to get a better idea of if you're going to like it or not. So here they give you the prologue, they give you the first few little things, and if it hooks you, if it makes you interested, then you can continue along with it. Selecting a book, a few other tips. There's something called the 5-finger rule, which is a tip to help you find a book that's right for you. So the way that it goes is you pick a random page of a book to read, and all the way from top to bottom. You'll read the entire page. And each time you come across a word that you don't know, you're going to put a finger up. If at the end of the page you're holding one or no fingers up, it's possible that the book might be too easy and you might need more of a challenge. On the other hand, if at the end of the page you're holding up 5 fingers, or even you ran out of fingers to hold up, then the book is probably too hard for now. When you select a book, don't feel like you're absolutely 100% married to that book and you can't ever change your mind about it. The goal is for you to find something that you're going to enjoy reading. So if you absolutely hate a book, it is okay to abandon a book. It's okay. These are some of the reasons to abandon a book. If it's too hard to figure out anything about what's going on, if you're just totally lost, you've tried and you just have no idea what's going on, it's okay to put that book down. Or on the other hand, it could be too easy and it doesn't seem like it's age appropriate. If you can't stand to read the book, that totally defeats the purpose of what we're doing. I want you to enjoy yourself. So if you can't stand to read this book because of something about the book itself, it's okay to put that book down. If it's too sad or too scary, or if it's just way too long and you're overwhelmed by how long it is, those are other reasons that it's okay to put a book down. But you want to make sure that you are challenging yourself. So sometimes you are going to feel frustrated with a book, but that doesn't mean that you should abandon it. So some signs that you should push through anyway with a book are if it seems like it might get better. Maybe it's sad or it's scary at a particular moment, but there's the possibility that it might end up better. or if it's a favorite genre of yours, or also a brand new genre and you don't know what to expect exactly. If it's from a series that you like, or if it's from an author that you like, that could be another reason to push through. And if you don't know how it could end, of course, I hope that you want to see it all the way through and see how it ends. All right, so that's been our lesson on using the classroom library and also selecting a book that's right for you and using some of the resources online and, just from our own experiences with previous books to choose a book that you'll like. See you in the next lesson.